Have you ever noticed how, when you grow, there are people in your life who will fade away and disappear? They won't be able to handle the new you, and they will prefer the old, tiny you rather than the new version of yourself. Some people will only like the smaller version or the previous version, and the question I've got to ask is why? Why do people prefer the old version of you and yet feel challenged and even upset or offended by a new version? Well, it's because people don't like change unless they are responsible for the change. So if you've taken it upon yourself to change and improve your own stack, then you're going to find that there are people who are going to reject that and they're going to slowly fade out of your life. Trust me, I've seen this time and time before. But surely there are more simple ways to evaluate your own growth than simply by noting the people who disappear from your life. Well, there are, and today I'm going to describe 3 markers with a positive 4th bonus marker thrown in. So stick to the end and we will discuss the ways that you can evaluate your growth and show how you're going from tiny you to version 2 of you. And just to be clear, I've limited this to 3 with a bonus 4th because I made a promise to put out these clips on a regular basis. And so in order to hold the line and to maintain that promise to myself and to others, I'm going to limit myself to within a 10-minute slot. So, with no further ado, 3 ways to recognize that you are growing. Number 1, things that used to trigger you no longer do. You don't get triggered like you used to. Have you noticed how things that used to grind your gears, things that used to trigger you, are simply no longer important? In fact, you might even find yourself smiling with a certain sense of detachment at situations that used to happen to you but no longer do. This is good because it means you're not taking things as seriously and personally as you used to. You've become more objective. It means that your benchmarks for success have changed subtly. And instead of seeing everything through a very personalized lens, which is often very ego-driven, you're now starting to see bigger pictures. You're getting that bigger picture, more strategic thinking going. And as a result, you don't have time to get triggered, wired, upset, or wild about things that ultimately really don't matter to you. And if you can notice that this change has happened in you, it shows that you've somehow grown and that you are evolving into the next version. Now, this might upset others who previously have relied on you to be emotional, impulsive, or lacking in self-control. They have come to rely on the tiny you version, and they don't really like the new version because it challenges not only their misconceptions and preconceptions, but it also means that they are less likely to be able to push your buttons and get what they want from you. You have become a more stoic, framed, self-reliant person, and as a result, you don't rely on other people's emotional validation. You're not interested in their sympathetic ears, and you're not interested in their likes. In short, you have evolved from being sympathetic and simp-like into full stack and stoic-like. So marker number 1, you're no longer triggered by the little stuff. And of course, you know there must be some kind of valid reason for this evolution, this growth, this rejection of impulsivity. And I think what it is that you are looking at success marker number 2. Number 2 is you become much more conscious and protective of your values. In small ways, you learn how to hold the line. It's because your internal dialogue and your own value set is now more apparent to you. Instead of bumbling through days hostage to fortune, lacking impulse control, you now realize that telling other people like it is and choosing the wrong kinds of battle is a simple waste of breath. And the reason that you can hold that line is because you have a better sense of what your own values are. and how you wish to present. And of course, this will reflect in how you carry yourself. Having your own conscious set of values internally will mean that you carry yourself with a little bit more pride, shoulders back. You may dress better. You may start to gravitate towards better health, better eating, less drinking, going to the gym, exercising. All of these are indicators that you are evolving into a better version. And of course, people who relied on you to drink to excess, be unhealthy, engage in their frippery, allow them to push your buttons, all of those things, those people are now going to fade away because, simply put, they can't handle the new version. Simply put, they really did prefer the old, tiny version. It's too late for that. And you don't care. And that's cool, because frankly, you have better things to do and better values to apply. So success marker number 2 is that you become much more conscious and protective of your own value stack. And so to success marker number 3, great way to prove to yourself that you are evolving and gravitating towards your next version is that you leave clues about your growth daily. And not only do you leave clues about your growth daily, you know you're doing it because you were responsible for it. Previously, you may have found that life was pretty much like Groundhog Day, if you remember the old film, in which Bill Murray woke up in a strange place and each day was a replica of the previous one, until he actually woke up one day and realized that he was in charge of his destiny. Well, when you're not leaving clues about your growth, you're not really locking in, tracking, locating what is working for you. You just go and bumble from day to day. But once you start to leave clues about your growth, it's something that you're leaving like a breadcrumb almost for yourself, so that you can trace back to other places and you can keep track of your progress. Now, differences in how you approach things may include you now better value your time. Now, don't get me wrong here, you're not perfect. You are a work in progress. But the fundamental difference is that you know that you're a work in progress. In fact, you've come to value progress. And in order to assert the progress and in order to validate the progress, you are now much more aware of the ways that you can locate signs of progress. So you look for and leave clues as you go. Now, if this sounds like you, that you are now leaving more discrete clues about your progress, this means that you are gravitating to a next version. But of course, you have to bear in mind that that list of clues is going to be a constant irritant to people who want you to stay back in the day. The people who want you to stay as tiny you are really going to be upset about those clues. They might even talk to each other about them as you lay them. And they may make disparaging remarks. They may make passive-aggressive criticisms. They may suggest change, or they may try to bring you back into the fold. But you won't be going there, will you? Because you're evolving and you don't have time in your life anymore to revert back to tiny you. So all in all, as you evolve into a greater version or a better version or a next version and you reject the tiny you, you're going to realize that you're no longer hungry for validation or thirsty for approval or keen to gather likes, especially from people who don't like you. So let's recap. 3 ways to recognize that you are growing. The first one is you have detached yourself from impulsive behavior. The second one is that you are conscious of and protective of your values. And the third one is that you leave clues daily. And as promised, here is the bonus number 4th indicator of success, graduation, evolution and growth into the next version of you. you will leave a trail of negativity behind you. So thank you for listening and watching, fellow seeker. It's time for me to peace out now. And so before I go, I'll leave you with one thought, if I may. And that is, whatever it is you dare to do or dream, begin it now.